And we are back talking about volume. So this is going to go hand in hand with the previous video I just did, and my goal is to put out more and more content each day, especially with everybody being home from school. Luckily, I teach online, so if you're a student of mine, you're kind of lucky in that you have a set schedule. And if you're not, if you're just somewhere else in the world, then that's awesome that you're tuning in and watching this video. So let's get to it. What is volume? Volume is the amount of space that a three-dimensional object occupies. It's measured in a cubic unit. So picture a cube where all the length, width, and height all have the same dimensions. So one would be the length, one would be the width, and one would be the height. That's a cubic unit. So to find the volume of a cube or a rectangle, it is actually extremely easy. It's very simple. You take the length times the width times the height. Now you're going to see the formula not have these x's in between, and they're all going to be like squished up together. It's going to just be like LWH or something like that. But remember, when we're talking algebra, you don't have to have these x's in between, because when you go up in math, this looks like L times X times W times X times H. So now that we're halfway through the year in 7th grade, you might just see the formula looking like this. But just know, you take the three numbers and you multiply them together, and that is it. So again, don't forget to label your units with a 3 as the exponent, and we'll go over that in a second. All right, so what is the volume of this figure? Well, we just said the formula is length times width times height. So I have 12 times 15 times 6, 1080 inches cubed. So what does that look like? If I'm writing it, it's going to be 1080 inches cubed. All right, now we're going to talk about this in a second. I'm not going to go too much more detail because it is so easy that, you see three numbers that give you the three dimensions and you just multiply them. So here's a little tip as well. If you call this the width and you call this the length and you call this the height and you don't know which one is which, it doesn't matter. Psst, little secret for you. It doesn't matter because there's a thing called the commutative property of multiplication, and that says that it doesn't matter the order. 6 times 5 times 12 will give you the same product as 12 times 15 times 6, and whatever other combinations you can come up with. So the order doesn't matter. What you call them doesn't matter. But let's talk about a triangular prism. What does a triangular prism look like? Well, the base is a triangle, and then technically it would have two triangles. So I highlighted the triangles for you so you can clearly see them. And then they're connected. So these vertices are connected to the other vertices. See that? All right, now here's the tricky part. What is the formula? They say V equals capital B lowercase h. All right, h is the height. We'll talk about that. B equals the area of the base. So what is the base? Well, the base is a triangle. How do we find the area of a triangle? Well, area equals area of the triangles, base times height divided by 2. So let's say you get this, and they want to know what is the volume. So here we have 4 numbers. So which one is the height in the formula volume equals base times height? Now this is very important. The h in the formula is what connects the two triangles together. And let me go over to this page because I can do a little bit more on this website. So here's a triangle in the front, and then here's a triangle in the back. Okay, so those are my two triangles. We'll deal with them in a second. But this is what connects these two, this length here. Now, these three lengths are all going to be the same. That is 5. So my lowercase h, my height, is 5. Okay, So I have my formula, V equals, I know this number now. I can substitute in this 5 for that lowercase h. All right, now you also need a different height because you're finding area of a triangle. So what I like to do, I want to just take this triangle right here. I'll draw it down here. It's 6 by 8 and it has a right angle. Okay. So this is 6. This is 8. And if I said find the area of this triangle, you should be able to do it. So area equals 6 times 8, and then we're going to divide that by 2. So 6 times 8 is 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. So that's all we're doing is it already gives us this right angle. So I know this is the height, this is the base, and we already have covered finding area of a triangle. So now I can plug in this 24 where this capital B is. Now all I have to figure out is what is 24 times 5? 120. So 120 is my volume, and then it'll be centimeters cubed. All right. Now I know I went through that kind of quick, so let's do this one again. So I want to know what is the volume. So what is my height? What is this lowercase h in my formula? Well, what connects the two triangles together? This 9. So I'm going to rewrite my formula. I got my capital B. Now I can substitute in my 9. I know that part. So all that's left is finding the area of the triangle. So here's my triangle. And they helped us out a little bit. They only gave us 2 dimensions. 4, that's the height of the triangle. This is the height of the triangle. And then 3 is the base of the triangle. So let's work this out real quick. So I have 3 times 4, and then we're going to divide that by 2. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So 6 is the area of the triangle, which is the base. So I can erase this. I think. There we go. Erase that and put in my 6. So now I just have my volume equals 6 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54. And then I'm running out of room, but it would be meters cubed. So a little bit more work to find the volume of a triangular prism, but hopefully this video helps you out a little bit. And, by all means, go back and rewatch it. And I will see a lot of you in class very shortly. Have a good one. Stay safe. Bye.